You have to make a whole new one.
We're hypothetically live now. I'm just trying to get the music back up. Hopefully, people will filter in.
Hypothetically.
I swear, the encoder issues that are coming up with OBS are not making me happy with them.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know what to do about that. But good news, guys. I've got some great questions so far. If you're watching this in the future, hopefully this will be edited out. Yeah, friggin' the McDonald's robots that are flying around cyberspace like those those Sentinels from the Matrix movies, all those big giant octopus robots, they out there and killed my show.
Bastards.
I'm just trying to spread the truth is all that is.
The truth is out there, guys.
Mulder is gone. I had to stop watching the X-Files. He's left. We're far enough along where he was abducted. It's Robert Patrick, and I'm like,
I've never seen farther than when he disappeared, when he gets abducted. So.
Damn it, we didn't ditch Fosco. He made it back.
Ah.
Your parents moved. Yeah.
How dare we watch training footage from 50 years ago? Oh my God, it's 50 years ago.
Yeah,
that's
isn't
gross.
That weird? Yeah, well, that's the thing.
That's gross.
Like, you know, people keep asking me how old I am recently. I don't know why things just keep, like, when you notice something, they just happen in clusters, right? It's like when Big Salmon says, you're going to see the number 23. Anytime someone says something to you and says, look out for it, you're going to see it everywhere because now you are, like, locked into that shit. So for whatever reason, somebody asked me how old I was, and I was like 40, and they go, no. And so every interaction I've had from then till now has been like, no. And I don't know, how old I am has never come up this often in my entire life. Just keep talking about it. It's all rabid.
I get that you wanted to redo your green room routine, but wasn't that a little drastic?
Listen, the first one wasn't good. I didn't light the lights. I wanted to kill the stream. However, we will not be starting back from the beginning. Because, God damn it, that's just how it goes. Get out of here. All right. Check this out. I'm just going to skip right to it. We're back. All right, you can see this guy here. He's brought his daughter. He's wearing huge. Oh my God! Look, number one. Look at this collar. God damn, do I want a shirt with a collar this size? Impossible to find in this day and age. Also, look at these. I love the accents. The 70s. It is weird and it looks weird. And if you divorce the clothing from the hairstyle, I would like to see a return to that. We saw a little bit in the 90s, returning to the 60s era. We'll talk about it later.
Quarter pounder, Big Mac.
Step 1. Sally's greeting was friendly and enthusiastic, and instinct to make the customer feel good.
Yeah.
Step 2. Taking the order is just carefully following the customer's instructions. Would you like an apple pie with that today?
No!
Yes, I think I would.
Okay.
Make that too. One for my
The customer
daughter.
appreciated Sally's order suggestion. Gotta remember to suggestive sell myself.
Man, I'm so glad she suggested an apple pie. Otherwise, I would have been like, not eating it, right?
That's
Step 3,
here,
profit.
Take that to go then.
Okay.
What do you say?
Paper trays for to-goes.
Go long, sir. Woo, Big Mac.
Eat here's get a plastic tray with a placemat.
Oy, oy, oy.
Step 3. Assemble the order, starting with drinks.
A reverse Fred
Shakes
Jones
first,
is
and
what
make
he's
sure the
supposed to
shake is fresh and that the cup is clean. Soft
How fresh can they
Already
be?
made.
Those have been sitting there for how long?
Hey, but
Drink
they can't
second.
be like, the
Make sure the
machine's
cap
broken.
snaps
We
tight.
have pre-made shakes.
coffee last, so it doesn't get cold.
Shakes
cream
first, so
container on
we'll get
top.
warm.
Sugar and stir stick on the tray, never on the counter.
This is a bizarre order. Who is ordering a shake, a cup of coffee, a glass of orange juice? Like, this
Old
dude
people.
and his little kids. We just saw the dude and his kids.
Oh, right.
Reverse Fred Willard. Yeah, what is with that tray, right?
What is this tray? I refuse to
Sandwiches
accept that
next.
we didn't get the
Large
intro
items
again.
First. Big Macs and Quarter Pounders go in on their sides at the bottom. Other sandwiches on top. Pie next, flat on top of the
Cram it
sandwiches.
in the pie hole.
And to top it off, the fries. Upright and fitted so they
But
don't
they put
spill.
the sandwiches in
Finish
sideways.
step 3 by folding the bag
Sometimes you
with the
do.
fold towards you. Golden arches toward the customer for step 4. Present the
go.
order. 59, please.
Not a
Step
sponsor,
5,
but a
receive
sponsor.
payment. She did make sure that the total's correct. Till I get the feel of it, I'll have
Earth
So
friendly
there's
styrofoam.
6 steps, and is it 6 steps? Right?
Yes.
Step 6 better be give change, right? Otherwise, like, what the fuck? Like, step 5, receive payment. Like,
Yeah.
but again, like, does that feel a little backwards to you? They're like, okay, take the order, go get the order, have everybody make the order, put the order in front of the customer, and then be like, money, please. Like, how many skeezy assholes are just gonna grab the
Yeah,
bag and
grab
run?
and go.
Be like, guess what? I didn't want the coffee, the shake, or the orange juice. I wanted the bag full of fries or whatever.
Child, please. It's never ready before they pay. You pay and then wait 12 minutes for it to be ready.
Seriously, I worked in fast food. It was never like, oh, you want a burger? Hold on, let me go get it for you. And then I would hand it to him, like, massage his throat as he ate it, and then be like, that's $2.98.
I'll have to
Right?
take
The
my
Big
time
Mac
to make
sauce
sure
is
I'm
going all
accurate.
over the bottom of that.
Step 6,
styrofoam
thank the
container.
customer and invite him back. Very much, sir. Come in.
It wasn't change. It was thanking the customer and inviting them back.
They don't get
The
change.
6 steps are logical and simple. What about grills? They're easy. But don't forget, the way you handle them with the customers is important too. Good afternoon, sir. May I help you, please?
Yes. I'll have a quarter pounder with cheese.
Think you can turn off your beeping device? Whoever the hell that is? What's going on? It's the 70s.
Red Foreman.
No pickles, but extra onion.
This guy's getting a
And
little
a drink, I'll have
squirrely. He's
small
like,
Coke.
look at that camera.
Regular order fries and hot apple pie.
I thought a grill would be a problem, but Sally treated it like a special way to make a customer happy. She explained the delay in a friendly, matter-of-fact way, and the customers seemed to understand.
You see, the shake machine's been broken forever, and the apple pies aren't hot, and, well, the shakes, they've been sitting in a cooler for like 17 hours, so they're going to be cold, but not very. Yee. His sideburns are okay.
Grills up, please.
Look at that hair.
The second that grill was up, Sally picked it up,
The 70s
and
show
she
character
presented
in
the order
70s
with special
training.
thanks.
I ate a fry on my way over here. Sorry.
I think this even predates different sizes of fries, right?
It seems like it because the wheel of fries was just
Yeah,
the
we've
one
only
wheel.
seen the paper ones. Like when I worked, full disclosure, I worked at Burger King in competition. They had not plastic, but like metal things that held the paper things. And the bags were just like for the kids' meals. Like in the 70s, you could get like 9 fries. Like, oh God, I'm so stuffed. Now it's like you could eat your weight in fries and you will be stuffed and you'll look like it too.
Looks like one size on the wheel. Yeah, only one size.
Yeah, that's gotta be, right? And look at that. It's that pie, poof.
O-face guy. He looks like an older
Thank you very
version
much.
of the
Hope
O-face
you enjoy your
guy.
meal
in
and come again.
Office
Oh, thank
Space.
you.
Yeah, you're
Just
right.
remember, Deb, your attitude and actions are always important.
Okay, and you can count on me from now on. I'm on my own.
I'm done with you, Debbie.
Listen to these people talk and then watch any episode of The Addams Family where all those character actors who are like, boy, oh boy, Mr. Addams, you sure got a nice little lion. Like it's...
At first, working the counter was anything but a breeze. I was trying hard, but I took a lot longer and made the job a lot harder than I should have.
Had a whammy burger.
Okay, tray up.
Whoa.
Shake.
Whoa.
Small Coke.
This feels like like the original video game system, like the Odyssey. It feels like there's a screen overlay and you're supposed to be like following along
Following
with
it.
like a pen.
Yeah. You're like connecting the
Put
dots.
him in the tray.
It's
Number
Pong.
6 bag. Big Mac and hammer. No, cheeseburger.
You just took the order.
Excuse me. 2 regulars.
I spilled everything.
Now, why did she go over here to a blank section of wall and say 2 regulars? think she's telling this little guy?
Yeah. The
Two
fire
regulars.
alarm.
Excuse me, bumping into all these people. What's happening?
BRB bumping into ghosts.
A large fry? How could I forget?
She
Pardon
went
me.
back to where...
The
Here you
ghost
are.
was.
Courtesy cup?
Nope, don't know where those
Courtesy
are.
cup? How much are large fries? Add it up.
I'm leaving. I quit.
These are all problems that, like, don't exist. Like...
At least not anymore. Who knows how it was then?
What? That's the thing. Like, they have cash registers, yet she's taking the order on paper. And number 2, look how small these menus are. Like, they have, like, now you walk into McDonald's, God knows how many IMAX screens fill your eyes with a bunch of garbage. But, like, imagine seeing, like, oh, well, you got, like, 7 things. This is what In-N-Out is still today, or White Castle. Pillars of the community, those.
That'll be...
Pathetic.
I'm sure glad the people on both sides of the counter were patient and helpful. Know what I mean?
That's
I
our
made
policy.
It 1 week today.
I
You look
wonder
like you
how
were
the
doing
rest
fine.
of
Yeah.
this lady's life played out. Was being the star of a training video like a high mark or a blip? Did she have a successful career, or did she ironically end up working at McDonald's?
I mean, it's the 70s, right? Like, how... There's no way that, like... I mean, today, like, with meme culture and, like, the internet or whatever, like, you can star in a terrible training video somewhere. It gets leaked online. You become, like, a quasi-celebrity. I mean, this was probably shown to someone on a film reel via a projector in the back of a... like, a place you dedicatedly trained. It's the 70s. I mean, or they have, like, some sort of, like... broadcast quality tape or something. Like, there's no way. It's the 70s. Like, the VCRs of the era were on a shoulder mount because you had to carry one for your camera.
Right.
Don't press the Whopper button. We're at Burger King, Jameson. No, sorry, we're at McDonald's.
Where are we?
I survived.
Good going, Debbie. You're speeding up your service time, and you took in $75 during the rush hour today. Most important, the customers I talked to seem really satisfied.
That was a good feeling. But if working the window was ever going to be a breeze, I knew I'd have to be more aware of how the pros do it.
Thank you. Oh, Deb, let me show you a trick with these. If you take these and fan them just like this, try it. Then they'll stay apart like that, and you can just put them in. And another thing, you want to turn these around to where you can pull them out pretty quick. And one more thing, these trays, what you want to do is you want to set them up ready for the rush at all times.
As an aside, yes, but that's like one of the best parts of the job is, like, for me anyway, was the mindless busy work where there was no interaction with people to complicate the formula. In the downtimes when I worked at Jungle Jim's Playland, we had a Pizza Hut in there. So when I was the supervisor, shift supervisor, whatever, I didn't have shit to do, I'd go in and make pizza boxes because the pizza boxes were going to say shit to me and they weren't going to, like, throw candy on the ground or ask me for this or that or the other. Just make pizza boxes. Wiping the trays. Like, those are things you can get lost in, and I relish those mundane tasks of everyday life.
May I help you, please?
Fish out the fecal
Yeah, I
matter
want a
of the ballpark again.
cheeseburger. Make it 2 cheeseburgers.
I want a cheeseburger and
French
make it
fries.
2
He looks
cheeseburgers and
happy
1
he didn't have to
cheeseburger.
wait in line.
Large orange.
I wonder if he knows we have large fries.
Would you like a large order of French fries?
No, I don't think so, thanks.
A large? What's that?
Well, he didn't take my large fries suggestion, but I think he appreciated the idea. Didn't hurt to ask.
$1.33, sir.
Scoop the proper amount of ice just by the feel of it. It works. It really doesn't take any longer to pour regular Coke, too, during the rush.
Wow, regular Coke and orange soda fill up the glasses equally fastly.
Wow.
I'm learning like a pro.
Upsell.
Large
I wonder
Fargo.
if I can remember the order without taking the time to look at it again. Oh, I remember. It'll go faster and neater if I hold the bag at the bottom.
And I
Except
sing
for
into it.
filet. Take 2 at a time. Gently but firmly, grasping them so the wrappers don't flap open. Put them in the bag while moving. Same for picking up fries, while moving.
While moving.
Oh, I'm sorry, Betty.
No damage, but remember to look where you're going.
No.
If there is damage next time, we're going to have words.
Diet Coke takes longer because there's no sugar.
Eyes up. Wow. If I didn't look out of the corners of my eyes, we could have all hit.
Thank God I had one of those click-style remotes so I could relive, that moment and avoid a slight awkward interchange with another robot.
Have a tray for that, please.
I did it. Remember the
Now
order.
imagine watching this on a 17-inch
Betty?
screen from 12 feet away.
But here's the thing, like in 74, I'm not kidding, this probably would have been like projected on a wall. Like 74, when was the first commercial via VCR available to people? Like in the 80s, right? Like maybe the late 70s. This is 74. I mean, this is time when you're like, if you missed something on TV, it was dead. If you didn't catch something in the movie theater, like, you were fucked unless it came on, like, the TV, right? I mean, I remember living in those times when, like, if it didn't come on TV, you were just, like, fucked. We didn't have Night Court on VHS.
Right. Remember to keep the glassy-eyed look on the of the living dead at all times while moving.
Yeah, like you're one of those zombie salmon who fuck themselves to death and they just swim because there's an electrical impulse left in their brain. They're not really there. Some McDonald's employees.
Matt said they had a Betamax in 82.
Right, but that's the thing. We're 8 years before that, man. I can buy Betamax, VHS, 80s, no problem. 74? No, unless you're going to say, like, this is being played off of, like, a very futuristic phonograph, I'm not buying it.
Betty's tip for putting just
Kale
one
said,
end
I
of the
bet
bag
some
into
small
the
town
tray
locations
first
didn't
really
even
takes
have
the
film. They had a slideshow with a tone every few seconds to change the slide.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Like, because that's the thing. Like, this is probably only 4 big cities. Because the 70s, you show up in like bumfuck Minnesota or whatever, and they go, "Hey, welcome to McDonald's." Like, I want to work like be like a pro. I go, what? It's McDonald's. Chill out.
the work out of it.
Nice flex, Rockefeller.
Seriously.
And there's your change.
Humble brag from the past, right?
Thanks, that was fast.
Thank you very much. Hurry back.
I wonder, how fast could I go?
Uh-oh. While
Debbie
moving.
became hopelessly addicted to methamphetamine. Was later admitted into a rehab.
Hustle, but don't have
Nick Cage and 8 millimeter. Just constantly reacting to horror.
hustle. During the next couple of weeks, my speed did pick up. Using
$1,395, 1971.
That's like $20,000 now. I don't know. I'm just...
I mean, maybe. Let's say maybe that. Okay, yeah, I'll grant you. Let's say, yeah, sure. In 1971, it's available. How many McDonald's like buying VCRs and then like, but again, they're shooting. It's a multinational conglomerate. They're shooting their own training videos, so maybe they are furnishing people, in the corners of the Roman Empire even had like, the protection of the center. So maybe all the little McDonald's were given a VCR. God forbid. That's the thing. Like when we were kids, me, if you're my age, I'm 40, remember? When I was a kid, like the AV person would bring in a big 500-pound CRT and a
Roll it
VCR
in.
on a thing. You roll it. Like, in the 90s, it's like, oh, whoop-de shit, that old piece of crap. But, like, blink back 20 years to 1974, and it's like, you're the fucking, again, there's Rockefeller. They got $1 billion on a rolling cart worth of CRT and VCR. Like, whoa, McDonald's, go easy.
using the tips had a lot to do with it, but mainly it was staying awake, remembering
alive.
to increase my speed, getting a feel for what's in the bin, what's down, and how soon more would be up.
I had a lot of caffeine.
And thinking and looking ahead so I could avoid congestion. Like if the cold drinks were jammed, I'd change the sequence and get the hot coffee first.
And even if they didn't want a hot coffee, I'd pour them one. And if they refused it, I'd throw it at them. The cold drinks were full, you bitch. Shh.
After all, it wasn't going to get cold in the few seconds it took for the jam to clear out. And
Doesn't
those
McDonald's
seconds
have a
saved
Nintendo
here,
DS training game that was exclusively given to McDonald's managers for training purposes only?
You know better than I, Fosco. I mean, I was a Burger King guy. I made my own Whoppers with bacon with the thickness of your thumb. So, McDonald's was on my bag.
Yeah, I never
meant
worked
the
anywhere but
customer
healthcare.
received his order that much faster. Besides, the more time and
Look at these weird, like, nipple soda squirters. Like, what's up? Like, soda technology must have come a long way because, like, when I was doing it, like, they had the buttons and they had the long arms that would automatically adjust to, like, the weight of the cup and it would shut it off at the right time. This feels, like, so backwards.
Rod said, I was explaining to my 8-year-old the experience of walking into the classroom on the roller cart with TV VCR being present like a surprise Christmas when I was his age. Yeah.
Right. And then, but then it's so weird. Only probably one other generation will see as much change as like mine did. Like if you were alive to see like the main source of transportation go from horses to cars, your mind was totally blown because you probably lived through a zillion other things. And we have that as well. Like we went from it, like, you know, cars were thing, but like we went from nothing to the internet, and going from horses to cars is like going from nothing to the internet, except crazier. Like imagine, because like with a horse you can go whatever a couple of miles every day, and you go, whoa, I'm farther than ever. And a car can open up an entire continent to you. Like it was like going from nothing to the entire world.
Yeah.
It's crazy as shit, guys. And we're, you know, are we going to see that? What's the next big thing? Are we all going to go toward the singularity and live in a computer? I don't know, but probably won't be a whole huge different thing.
You should check out the Don't Copy That Floppy PSA from the 90s. There's a whole rap and everything.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Remember when, every time there's a new form of media, everybody goes, oh my God, piracy. Like when cassettes came out, everybody's like piracy, and then CDs came out and it was like, oh my God. And now like everything's digital, you know, this is the thing. Like people still like to pay for their shit by and large. It's just the assholes who like, when I used to work at Zia Records, assholes would come in and be like, oh, you know, I don't spend money on movies or music or whatever because like it's on the internet for free. So I'm like, number one, what are you doing here? Number two, what the fuck? Like, those are the people who aren't going to pay anyway. Like if you're a fan of something, you want to support them. Like all the shit behind me, I spent mostly because it's like stuff that I like and wanted to throw money at.
Yeah.
I'm not like running through people's garbage or like breaking into their homes and taking their shit for free and being like, that's how much I love their shit. I'll steal it. But whatever. Off topic.
Back in my day, we made our own Whoppers.
MST3K.
And South Park give away as much as their content.
Yeah, you're right. Like, and that's the thing. Riff Tracks.
Oh yeah.
Every other day is like, here's a free movie. Here's a free movie. Like, it's good business, by and large. Like, you know, depending on what you want to cultivate. We don't need to get into the business side of economics, the supply and demand, blah 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 blah. We're watching McDonald's.
This is McDonald's.
the steps I saved, the breezier working the counter became. You were right, Jerry. 3 weeks and I actually enjoy this crazy job.
I hated it before.
Crazy.
You made it. You broke $100 the last 3 rush hours. And best of all, the customer feedback says you have that real McDonald's
We used
smile.
to back in my
come a long way
back in
from
my
that
college days. We used to all pitch in to pay for like a Raw pay-per-view fight or whatever. Like,
right, and that's the thing. Like whatever. I'm the same person I was before, where I will, the only thing that is worth talking about critically, I think, is people's art, because it's the only thing worth dissecting, because it's not like law or science or whatever, where everything is just, here's how it is, and if you don't like it, we'll get fucked because it's math, it's science. Like with art, it's the only thing that can have value or be worthless depending on who's looking at it.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like, I would rather be that type of person who has a bunch of people pitching in to experience the thing that I'm doing communally, even if it doesn't make me a whole bunch of money. But then again, I'm not like Google or whatever, and I'm also, not having $1 billion. I can also recognize patterns, because it seems like every company is like, there's got to be more profit, and they realize there's only a finite amount of people on the planet. So if you're not constantly trying to indoctrinate and saturate everybody, those who want it will get it either way. I mean, the people who are going to steal from you are going to steal from you. Like, no matter how many cameras Walmart puts in, scumbags are going to stick shit like steaks and other food items into their pants and walk out the door.
First day, added up.
NFTs will always be
Shake.
worthless.
Two Cokes at once.
Remember not to say hi to the ghost. That's worthless time spent doing nothing.
Big Mac and a cheeseburger.
Big Mac.
Taking
A
these over
regular and a
here.
large.
2 sizes. No
Courtesy
mediums.
cups right here. Behind you.
These
One
goddamn courtesy
hand, 2
cups.
fingers. That'll be $2.37, please. Thank you, sir. Come
$2.37.
again.
That's like $15 now.
I wonder, what else would it take before I really loved working this counter?
Momentum,
Ah.
backup, rhythm, and teamwork.
Jesus.
A
Part
dinner.
of this is not being caught up in what you're doing, but being aware of what's going on.
Hilarious. Like the rolling towels that never broke.
Gross.
What was like the 70s were so funny because like you consider, you know, it's 1970. It's not like the Roman era where like we know what pasteurization is. We've identified various bacteria, viruses, diseases, etc. And we were still doing like leaving just like a ring of a towel in a public area to be like, yeah, wipe your hands on this. It's like whatever. You
bad.
big man.
On around you. When you get your momentum and rhythm, you'll feel it.
Yeah.
Betty was right. I could feel how my momentum and rhythm were building, putting separate procedures in motion.
Professionals in the industry, no matter what industry it is, will call this state flow when you are moving unimpeded by thought. Like when you learn something first, you're going to have to think of it as a process. But after a while, the circuits in your brain become coated enough myelin that you become one with the thing that you're doing, and your mind can now do other things. It's why guitar players can sing or think about stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, it's hard to do because you have to like fucking put in the legwork. But it works.
Those towel roll machines are still being used today.
Where? Gross.
Motions into a series of
So are you
smooth
still
motions,
going out with Trevor?
moving from station to station at a steady pace and without breaking stride,
So many
blending
people
with the
work
rapper's
there.
movements so we don't slow each
Auto
other down,
shops
getting into a
are
traffic
still using
pattern
those
and
those towel rolls.
Like I can see that though. All right, look, whatever. Like okay, if you're not in a food service industry, fine. I'll see that. Fine. But like what? Like all the oil. How often do you James, I assume you're speaking from experience. How often are you changing the rolls? Do they come in like big packs? Can you just pop them off and they go in the laundry? What's happening with that shit, man?
Jameson has the cleanest, best comments.
Yeah. Well, eventually, and then they recycle, and then they're like, whoa, that's a smear. I feel like I saw this earlier.
Why are there so many
sticking to it
burgers
so the whole crew
pre-made?
flows.
That's again. I was gonna say that too. Not again. And I was gonna say that because every time we look over there, and there's just like
20 of them.
a castle of burgers behind
Same with
styrofoam.
fries.
But this is before like you would order. Like, but you know, that was the thing. Like, we're in that nexus where speed is critical. There's not a lot of people making special orders. It wasn't until like the 90s and like the BK nights, like this is your generation, have it your way, like that sort of bullshit picked in. It started out being like speed. We need to get more people through here. And when that wasn't enough, and it was like people got picky about shit. It's like, well, now you want extra pickles? We're gonna
Yeah,
like make
no extra
less
pickles.
than 400 sandwiches for literally nobody.
Worked for a Lynn company.
Okay, thank you.
Gosh,
That's confirmation. Then I appreciate that because I would accept an industry like that. I would love to see a mechanic wiping his hands on a towel that recycles over someone who's going to touch something I'm going to put in my mouth. Like whatever, you get my engine dirty, I'm not going to lick it more than usual.
Close together,
But yeah, now we
knowing
just
which way
mobile
other
order what
counter
we
people
want
turn.
and go pick it up
And
Yeah, now you get to like.
or have someone bring it to you.
Here's where we went. In the 70s, it was like, make the customer feel like a rock star, even though they're at a fucking McDonald's asking for a cheeseburger and a small fry. Now, like, if you walk into Chipotle at the wrong time, you'll get behind some fucking Karen who ordered 17 burritos for her fucking office, and you get to like, oh, hold on, I gotta fill in an online order. And you lose your entire fucking lunch hour because some lazy fucking fat ass bitch in an office is like, I got Chipotle on Thursday, ladies. Fuck you. If you can't get your ass out of your office to order your office mate's food, fuck you. You don't You're not a good person. That's right.
Ever seen the movie
Keeping
The
my eyes and
Founder
ears
with
open for
Michael Keaton?
I have not yet. I do want to, though.
It shows the really early days of Mickey D's and how orchestrated it was to prepare it all super fast.
That's the thing. It went from, speed to customization, but you couldn't lose much of the speed. You know what I mean?
for opportunities to back up others.
Let them get their own lunch.
I started to get a feel for price combinations. It's amazing how easy it is to memorize them, along with the sales tax.
Yeah, especially when there's only 7 things on your fucking menu. I imagine working it in and out as long as you, know what a hamburger is and you know that fucking crazy secret menu. It's just like, yeah, I get it. No pickles.
No pickles.
And my
Was
memory
that Chris Chan?
had a feel for the exact change
No freaking pickle.
I need too. 3, 4, and 5. Thank you, sir. Come again.
I was talking to a customer today who was really impressed with the way that you worked. I timed you waiting on another
What does he
customer,
do
starting
besides
with
just
hello,
walk around?
a shake, a
customer.
Coke,
Oh my
A Big Mac, a
sweet
cheeseburger.
Jesus.
And then we lost a little bit of sound.
including come again, half a minute. And on top of all that, you had a $126 rush hour.
How does it feel to be McDonald's newest pro?
I think it feels like, let me just back this up
Fries might be cold.
just a hair. Speaking of TCAP. Now, I want you to look, think back to maybe some sort of TCAP episode where men were hoarded, taken from a house, and put in a place that did not look unlike this. Wood paneling, stuff on a cork board.
How does it feel?
Discount Steve Carell.
There's a window right over here, and she's about to stuff a pen in her neck. But look at that light, number 2 and number 3. This is the biggest clock radio I've ever seen.
Be McDonald's newest pro.
Even though working
All
the
these
window
dots
was
and
second
beats make
nature
me want
to
to
me,
break out
no
my
two
old
shifts were
Sneak
alike.
King Xbox game.
Jesus Christ.
The bright side of them not coming about their service anymore is that you don't have this creep in glasses asking you about the service while you try to eat.
Right? I loved working at Burger King more often than not, simply because, everybody knew what was up. I worked my ass off because I knew what it was like to get fucked over by a drive-thru person or a counter person who just didn't give a fuck, and I just had to sit and suffer through it. So I broke my ass to make sure that if someone wanted something extra or wanted something left off, I made it happen. But
Greenville.
who can that's the thing. I only did that because I was working off personal experience. I wasn't the customer thanks for coming to Burger King, and boy, I sure hope you come back, because whether they came back or not, I was still making just above minimum wage. So it wasn't like I was ever excited for them to come back, because if the drive-thru was fucking dead and I got to dick around with all the Burger King toys, I made as much money if we were slammed and a woman dropped 6 extra large Sprites to wash away the poor Geo Metro behind her.
When the rush
Managers
turned
now
into
deal
a
with the
crush,
customer who was
the
mad they only
manager
got 3
sometimes put
pickles.
us into special position setups,
Yeah.
adding drink drawers,
27?
opening a second fry station to cut down steps.
I've told this story before, but I feel like I want to tell it again because it's one of the best experiences I had in fast food, maybe anywhere in retail ever. But I wasn't on drive-thru, so this is why it happened. But some other bitch was on drive-thru and fucked up and screwed up some kid's Happy Meal. So the mom pulls around into the parking lot to come in and be a bitch about it. And catch you later, Senior Dev. So she comes in as a real bitch, up, left, front, back, left, everywhere. A bitch in every direction. And meanwhile, there's this guy, probably in his 40s, with a leather jacket, sort of pudgy and older, but one of those dudes who just doesn't give a fuck about anything. And so 5 minutes into her tirade, and the manager's getting upset, and the person who was working the drive-thru was getting yelled at. After that all cleared, it all scattered, and everybody was doing their shit. This dude in his leather jacket, who's leaned backward on the counter, with his elbows, he rolls his head over to it. He's like, "That's pretty fucking rude." And she goes, "Excuse me?" And he laid into her ass, and I watched and relished, because you don't ever get to see that. How often do you want to do that, but fear for your career. But like, how often do you get someone who has the same ideals you have, but has zero fear of getting fired?
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Wow.
Some days, we also used order takers, and that knocked a few more seconds off my time.
No pickles?
And cut down the customer's waiting time.
Okay.
Whatever the setup, the idea was the same. Get the momentum, rhythm, and teamwork going. Stay aware. Keep looking for ways to increase your performance. And, funny thing, working the counter becomes easier.
Welcome aboard.
So funny.
We've got a real pro for you to buddy up with.
You'll get the basics down fast.
I'm Debbie,
Learn lots
bitch.
of ways to improve your service and really impress
I've
the
been here
customers.
4 weeks.
And best of all, you'll enjoy it. Take it from the pros.
God damn it, though.
Wow.
Here's the thing I love about that, what we just watched. The brick,
Yeah.
the wood. I love a tobacco sunburst, people. Anything that moves from a brown palette to a dark or, dark-ish yellow moving through various shades of orange along this tobacco spit. Oh, man. Beautiful stuff. I would love to train in a McDonald's. I love old buildings in general made out of like real shit. One of my favorite places that I got to work when I was an electrician at the college at ASU, they have the anthropology building, which was reared right around like the turn of the 18th coming into the 1900s.
Oh, wow.
And it's so old it predated like mass proliferation of AC out here. So in the topmost room, the attic, where the big, most old buildings will have those big triangular thing with the big window in the front. There was a 30-foot fan behind a large wall of lava rock. So they would pipe water up, and it was a giant evaporative cooler. They would throw water over this lava rock, suck in the outside air, and blow it all the way through this giant building.
Oh, wow.
Now, as the building had been updated, whatever, there's various bric-a-brac and pieces that were just lying around. So I have a sandstone brick from the original erection of that building.
Yeah.
I use it as a doorstop now. But, unfucking believable. So cool. I would love to live in a McDonald's made out of brick and wood, just converted into a nice, mid-century, some classic 50s aesthetic,
You said erection. Ryan Maxwell says, electrician, podcaster, whopper maker. Is there anything you can't do?
I have not found it yet, but I'll keep trying.
Jameson says, when I worked in grocery, the district manager, after touring the produce department, just criticized them for not having enough plantains. The produce guy got on the store intercom and said, "Take those plantains and shove them up your ass," and quit.
I love seeing shit like that. It's a double-sided coin, though, because you can live through, seeing that, right? Where someone quits in a very garish way, and you go, God, maybe me one day, and you put your head back
Fucking
down
never.
and run out the rest of your clock. Or, you can get the person who, committed massive fraud or some other crazy thing where they get let out in handcuffs. I got to see that a couple of times across multiple, types of business, from retail to, medical and beyond. I've seen people, get let out by cops over, a few $100s of theft versus, $40,000 in embezzlement. It doesn't change.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was our 1974 McDonald's training, and I've got some questions here for you, so you better buckle up. These are important. They have to do with what we just saw, and a third thing, because everything's better in threes.
Yep. How many points are they going to be? How many questions do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions. I will figure out how much they're worth after we get an answer, because that's pretty much what's going to dictate it. The better I like your answer, the more you're going to get.
Oh, Jesus.
Point-wise.
Okay.
So, buckle up. I hope you were taking notes. God damn it, Tony. I mean, hopefully your memory is good. What is that? All right, buckle up. First question. Why does Debbie look like her boss? Why does Debbie look like her boss? What's up with that, right? Give me your answers, and I'll award you points if it's good, and it's right, and it's funny, right? But there's definitely a real answer out there. She just got done doing Dallas. I kind of like that one. All right. I like it. Secret McDonald's cloning project. In the 70s? When was Dolly? I'll look into it. She's just as dead inside. It's been 3 weeks and I'm happy. She's dead inside. She's a Happy Meal that came to life.
Happy Meal toy.
Oh, sorry. Happy Meal toy. Damn heart icon keeps blocking one of every word and whatever people say. I don't know, man. The first one came in strong because Debbie did
Doing
Dallas. Anybody remember Mr. Hardwick? He was a candle maker. They had some entanglements. I never saw the movie. Let's go ahead and give Fosco the points for doing Dallas. I think that was pretty funny. And by points, I mean 15. 15 points.
Okay.
All right. This has a little bit of a spoiler already. That's what's up.
That's what's up, tubes.
That, my dude, is what's up. All right. So, question 2. This was actually covered. How many weeks until Debbie likes her job? How many weeks till Debbie likes her job? Jameson, 3. Boom. Because that was a real answer.
Yeah.
3. It only took her 3 weeks. Here's the thing. I think depending on how complicated the job is, it will depend. I've been at my new job like 4 months now, still not comfortable with it.
That's a lot different than.
But I also basically don't want to do it, so there's that too. I wouldn't mind giving fries to someone, but I'm a little old.
How
for
many
that.
points is Jameson getting?
Since that was a real answer, let's say 10 points. Because it takes more to freewheel. So since that was real.
Sure.
Okay, ready? Question 3. Hi, may I help you? Answer that, right? And if you want a lot of points, it better be fucking funny. All you people who complain about, I don't know the answer, I don't know the answer. You make up the answer now, so I don't want to hear.
No.
Fuck no. That's Kayla. Grabbing the mic.
Mic drop.
Like grabbing the mic from the burger person, because that's the thing. The question is, how may I help you? And you're the I guess the
Customer
in this scenario. So Kayla is grabbing the mic and screaming.
Fuck no.
No.
Gotta help those who helps themselves.
See, here's the hilarious. I like that answer only because it will make the person who asks, "Hey, how may I help you?" go like, "What? Like you want a burger?"
Yeah, I can tell you're a therapist.
I can tell you're a therapist. Man, I can tell you're a therapist. All right, I kind of like that one. I like that one. I don't know. These are all pretty heavy hitters. I like the just a flat out dropping the mic and be like,
Fuck no. Bam. Come on, Fosco.
I can tell you're a therapist. Bald beaver hunter.
Oh boy.
Just my whole life is messed up. Got a bad job. My wife. I'm beyond that stage, sir. There ain't a woman on this earth and give me a hard on. I had to bleep that. Hard on? You got to bleep that?
Well, talking about a boner.
Coming at me.
I got nothing.
Fosco.
That's all right.
I'm going to go with I can tell you're a therapist. Because here's the thing. I used to complain about it a lot, but it is more or less interesting when people use you as a public toilet therapist. Like the people who will talk to you about anything because they just need somewhere to unload. I'm past that stage, sir. All right. 7 points. I wasn't over the moon about that one, so 7 points is what feels right. This is another real question, guys, so don't fuck this one up, all right? What is the 6th step of the 5 steps? I made a big deal about it. Did you bring the M&Ms?
Did you bring my
Ugh. I've been sitting in that jacket pocket of his. You think they melted? You think he has enough body heat to melt those things? I realized it was winter in Florida, but See step
Step
5. That's like a 30 go to 10 bullshit. Come on.
Give change.
Step 6, give change. Nope, it wasn't give change.
That's what we wanted it to be.
That's what we wanted it to be. You don't give the customer change, and it wasn't smile.
Asking, can I taste your nuts? That would be $2.93. Oh, can I taste your nuts?
If nobody gets the right answer, that's going to be our winner, people. So you better buckle down and figure this shit out. What was the 6th step?
Tony says smile.
It wasn't smile.
It wasn't smile.
Remember the guy
That
came
should be
in?
happening the whole time.
He had the great shirt with the big lapels.
Offer a
Remember?
Burger King crown.
She said, now there's the money, and he gave her $5. And if there's a higher
power.
offer a Burger King crown.
Power.
Is that step 6? I thought that was step 3. Like step 1 was admit you have a problem. Step 2 is admit there's a higher power. And then maybe step 3 was admit you're powerless to that higher power. I don't know.
Fosco never made it past admitting you have a problem.
Yeah, because admitting it's half the battle. And then the other half, nobody really wants to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lather, rinse, repeat is also.
Can I taste your nuts? Is like that's it.
Yeah. Can I taste your nuts? Give Rod 20 points for that because I think if anyone, I mean, whether they were serious or not, because I've been asked some pretty crazy questions by retail personnel. I was getting hit on once, and I didn't realize. We can tell that story later.
Admitting is half the battle.
But step number 6 was invite the customer back.
Yeah, thank them and invite them back.
And invite them back.
Thank
it
you.
Wasn't
Come again.
give change.
Come back soon.
Admitting is half the battle. Pork chop sandwiches.
Oh, fuck.
G.I. Joe. All right. Next question. Why do you fan the bags? Why do you fan the bags? Now, there's a real answer, but if you're clever, you'll give me an answer that's funnier, that's worth more points. But why do you fan the bags? Because it's humid. It wilted like a flower in a greenhouse, Ryan Maxwell. Okay, I got you. I mean, that's kind of funny. It's a little funny. It's a $5. Because it's human. Because I'm a gentleman. All right, that's kind of funny. All right. Yeah. All right, we're getting there. We're warming up. All right. They're coming in hot and heavy. You guys are getting it.
To prepare them for the sexy bag fan dance you're giving the customer after you invite them to come back.
That's very TOS.
To the supplies closet.
Yeah, that's very TOS. Here's the thing. Maybe like pornography warps people's minds, written and video alike. But like, I don't know. I've been in every job that pornography has led me to believe that eventually I would find a hot lady who was like super horned up and wanted a hot young dude, which I considered myself. No, never. Almost never, I should say. But almost never. Maybe a couple of times, but almost never. All right, where were we? I'm going to give this one to Kayla because I like the idea of a bag dance from an employee. Plus, it puts me in the mind of TOS and I can see a green lady behind a McDonald's counter like doing a bag dance. I like that. Fanning your own bag. Yeah. All right.
How many points?
Oh, yeah. 9 points. It feels like a niner. All right.
Okay.
Why did the man... not why did, but why didn't the man take the large fry suggestion? We heard the inner monologue. Why don't I ask him if he wants a large? We heard her ask, why don't you try a large? Why didn't he want it? Who doesn't want more McDonald's fries? And this is 1970s fries. They're probably still using real beef tallow. Like, holy shit, people. I mean, whatever, chemical engineering be what it may. Beef tallow fries are woo! Because the fries might be cold.
Because he wanted a liter of cola.
Want a liter of cola? I want a goddamn liter of cola. Liter of cola? Do we have a liter of cola? All right, that was pretty funny. That was the the crowd favorite so far. And by crowd, I mean me. Does that look like spit to you? Yeah, it does. Yeah, fuck it.
He wouldn't be able to look Mrs. Potato Head in the eye afterwards.
Okay. I mean, Mr. Potato Head, I would think that it would be Mrs., but it is the 70s, and people are, starting to experiment sexually after the 60s.
I
to
said
really open the
Mrs.
doors. Oh, Mrs.
It
Sorry.
says Mrs.
Sorry. I thought you said Mr. But again, let's not close any doors, especially that flap on the back of Mr. Potato Head. You know what I'm talking about? He got a good look at the people making the fries. I don't know, man. Like if that paper-headed blonde helper dude looked a lot like the charismatic decoy who hit on the bicycle rider and the and Stanley. Hey Stanley, if you tip the cup, you get less foam on the cup. Drop that head down, Stanley. I don't know. Who do I like best? Fries might be cold. Let's give this one to Ryan Maxwell. 10 points. Fries might be cold. Lee Greer, and I chose 10 because Lee Greer looks like a 0. You know what I mean?
Okay.
10 points. I'm
fat.
I'm fat. Why didn't Joshua Cologne say that? He could have said it. Yeah, he was the best, right? Like, hey, you want to take your clothes off? Or like,
What's a goat? What's the goat?
greatest of all time.
Oh.
Like when I said Krista, not Krista, when I said Kayla was GOAT, greatest of all time.
Okay.
Lead speak, people. All right, next question. How long until... Okay, I realize I probably have been drinking a little too much because it might be a repeat question. How long until Debbie liked this crazy job?
Because it came out more than once.
It came out more than once.
And you didn't proofread your questions.
But that's the thing. How many weeks until Debbie liked her job? But this was how long until Debbie liked her crazy job?
Yeah, so make it never. Oh, and Krista is the goat, says Ryan Maxwell. I am the goat.
But in a different category. GOAT producer, but not GOAT participant. Everybody's got to be a GOAT in some capacity. Others are cows, like King Cobra, JFS. Guys, let's talk about little cows. Cyrax.
Let's talk about little cows.
Seriously, though, you guys watching that whole Cyrax thing with Tibbs TV? And the whole, whatever, Puff's been gone for months now, and he's dead as a doornail. Not a mention. No one cares. Anyway. How many weeks?
How
Debbie?
many? She's working there still today and still isn't ready.
Yeah, he totally is, right? Like, Tibbs, whatever, Cobra had sex dolls, but those were gifted to him. Tibbs, I think, bought one and then fell in love with it. I still want to get Allison Marie on here to talk about lol cows, but Fosco, if you're in the know, hit me up. Anyway, how long until she liked the crazy job?
Don't mix up the sweet teas.
You'll
the kill a
sweet teas.
diabetic.
Yeah, they're not labeled. I put the sweet tea with the regular tea, and it might be diabetic. I got fired. Yeah, I remember one time I showed up late to a shift at Burger King because I was dyeing all the hair on my head, including my mustache and eyebrows. It's a wicked day, right? 2 weeks. Yeah, right. 2 weeks. You know what? Let's give that to Jameson because he gave me the Total Recall reference. I like it. 2 weeks. P.S. Where was Arnie's head in that thing, right? When that ear comes out and it's a solid shaft of metal that would have impaled Arnie's head. But earlier, or maybe later, we see him pull a golf ball fucking out of his nose, but whatever. 2 weeks. Thank you, Jameson. 20 points for the Arnold Schwarzenegger Total Recall reference. Love it. Love everything about it. All right. This is the last question. Open your mind, Quaid.
Arnie shook hands with Danger.
Where's Quato? Yeah, he was always shaking hands with Danger. Especially in the end. I mean, he wasn't necessarily shaking hands with Danger. He was poking his eyeballs out of Danger. Like Ronnie Cox, he flies out and dies. But imagine what I mean, not that this is important or that you should do this, but if you're watching Total Recall, the original and the good one, and Artie and What's-Her-Face get shot out as a giant alien machine is converting all the ice into oxygen, which wouldn't happen. Like, that 30 seconds where, like, his body was tearing itself apart and their eyes were bulging out, like, that must have been doing irreparable damage. Like, they were in a void, a vacuum of space. Just, whoa, 45 seconds, you can take that. Your eyes go back in. Like, there was no rupturing of blood vessels. Like, you didn't get the bends or any of that shit.
He looked like generic white male there.
Oh, yeah.
Start the reactor, Debbie. Start the reactor.
Start the reactor. Yeah. Plus, like, how the weird 3-fingered hand, like, how did they even activate it? Like, imagine, you code something for your thumbprint, right? You imagine, like, some other ass wipe with a completely different thumb or appendage in general could just run it over and, like, get into your shit. Like, as long as it's just in the general shape? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, this is the last question, and it's worth all the points. I don't know.
Do you want to know what we're at now? Does it matter?
Let's keep it a surprise.
Okay.
Because this is the last question. And depending on how good the answer is, who knows? This could be a make it or break it, or it could be a nothing.
The way you're giving out points, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Who knows? You want to answer more than one question is the way to get ahead in this game. How can you increase performance? How can you increase performance? Got a surprise for you. Steroids. Pragmatic. And also, yes.
That is true.
Mandatory girdles.
Hold the bag from the bottom. I think there's a blue pill for that. That's true.
Okay. I get where you guys are going. Mandatory girdles is kind of funny. Hold the bag from the bottom is kind of funny. I mean, because where else are you going to hold the bag, right? Guys?
I win, says Tony. I win.
Blue pill. I get that. Boner pills. Here's the thing. When there's a little blue pill.
You have to call the doctor if it's still working after 4 hours.
The only time I never got any customer complaints, like, because, insurance doesn't want to pay for anything. And when I was working at a company that serviced a lot of urgent cares that handled Vegas, what's like the one thing an old dude might forget when he goes to Vegas to plow like a young prostitute, allegedly, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to run into any old doctor and people think urgent cares are, whatever. They can't fill your scripts, guys. They can't. Yeah, so if you run into anywhere other than your PCP to get your Viagra refilled, just know that while you're plowing that lady, your claim is being denied immediately. Like, you got a boner, congratulations, high five the dude you're giving the wobbly H with. But when I call you and I go, hey, the Viagra prescription wasn't covered, those are the only guys who would go, yeah, great, cool, I'll pay it. Please never call here again. Don't send a bill to my house.
This sounds very specific, says Jameson.
I have lived through it. These are stories from real life. This is real life, guys. Let's give Tony the bag one.
Okay.
For 25 points.
Okay.
So where are we at?
Jameson wins with 37.
What do you mean wins? We've got another video to watch.
Oh, you didn't say that.
This round. Well, yeah, we have the Nuggets. We have the 70s and the 80s.
Okay,
all the greatest hits in today.
I never know what we're doing.
Journey.
Until
Def Leppard. Aerosmith.
Jameson has 37. Tony.
Imagine Dragons.
Has 25. Rod has 20. Fosco has 15. Ryan has 10. And Kayla has 9.
I don't train for 12 rounds. Right, so there you go. That's just the first round.
Okay, so now am I erasing these or am I adding to them?
Keeping them.
Okay.
If you leave, I can't help that. But the next one is a little bit more current. It's from, the year of our Lord, 1983, which just so happens to be a 40-year-old video. Right, guys? Let me do the math. 1983, here we go. It's McDonald's. It's about chicken nuggets. And we're about to find out how to make them, possibly, but it's puppets. So I don't know if we will learn how to make them. Let me get this loaded up here for you. We'll find out. Oh, P.S. Don't tell McDonald's I'm using this because they will totally sue me. Look at that, 583. Chicken sludge, more like pink slime. Dude, get it right. Possibly sexually, too. Trademarked.
Hey, Mac! 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 You awake? Mac!
Oh, my dear Hamburger, I'm sure you had no actual intention of turning on those lights.
Mac, did you see this box here?
Look!
How many commercials did you guys see with these people in it? These puppets. When I was a kid, the ABC Saturday morning lineup was rife with this shit. The hot cake commercials, the nuggets, the fry guys. It was like, whatever, HR Puffin stuff and all that legal battle. So they all eventually got phased out. But like the 90s were the last vestiges of pretty fucking crazy. Becoming a chicken nugget is basically McDonald's retirement plan. That's Sir Ian McKellen, yes. Oh, bye. Oh, look at that pie.
Hiya. How you doing? Pleased to meet you.
None of these puppets have, fun puppet voices.
Hey, what's happening? There's always...
Greetings, creatures from space, and
Bad choice, Ryan Maxwell.
welcome. I am Hamburger, and these are my friends, Fries, Cokes, Big Mac.
Everybody knows you, Ham.
Fries Cokes. His name is Cokes? And P.S., this guy looks like a pie, right? Like how many, because what are the, if you're a McDonald's enthusiast, know the history, you know the shapes. There's the boot, the oval, and the whatever. I haven't seen the documentary in a while, but I don't remember, this guy is shaped like a pie. So I think a pie, which happens, pie fell into the nuggets.
Hamburger, you're famous.
It talks English.
No, listen to that accent. That's Mars. Thank you, Hamburger. I'll take it from here. Marvelous weather we've been having, don't you think? You can't come.
Guys, this is a training video. This is the same company that produced the last video, produced this one. I don't know what's happening.
Blaine. Where is your bun, sir?
Joseph Martin.
Mac, is that any way to treat our visitors?
Oh, we're not visitors.
You're not?
Oh, no, we're Chicken McNuggets, a favorite product at McDonald's. We're big, really big. People eat us up. I can't talk to
Yeah. P.S. You're a fucking burger here? You never heard of a McNugget?
Yeah. They're in separate areas.
Every piece of chicken on the planet, if it is fried and breaded, is a McNugget. It's why all old people call every video game's system, Nintendo. It's why every facial tissue is called Kleenex. It's why every bandage is called a Band-Aid. If you guys don't know what a fucking McNugget is, where are you from? You're the aliens.
these people.
Welcome to the McDonald's family, Chicken McNuggets.
Why, thank you.
So, what are you? Wing?
Well, I'm a chicken McNugget. Pink slime.
Or thighs or what?
Well, we're all made from tender pieces of white and dark chicken meat. Then we're breaded and deep fried to a golden brown. Do we look good?
Hey, they sound pretty good.
Interesting.
Oh my
well,
God,
if you
I want
guys
chicken
are all
nuggets.
made the same way, how come you all look so different?
Ah, that's because we are different.
We're all
we give you
different.
a choice of 4 special sauces, and each one of them makes us taste a little bit different.
4 sauces?
They got 4
I
sauces.
wonder what they could be.
It's like we go through a whole personality change. Take
I realize it's just a problem with artifacting and like tracking on a VHS, but doesn't this, even though it's for McDonald's, you're like, hey, Fruit Stripes gum. Let's get some of that shit.
Bobby, for example. A regular McNugget now. But one dip in that barbecue sauce, and...
I'm a barbecue McNugget.
I take on some tang.
Yuck. Okay, so in the commercials, the nuggets were uniform oval shape, right?
Yeah.
They would jump into much more appealing. I loved the oval nuggets. It was the shape that the toys were. These boot and like lumpy headed motherfuckers are unappealing. And like, what's up with the eyes and the mouth? Like, they look like one of the was it the oblongs? The family that lived next to the
Oh yeah.
like one of the oblong family.
McNuggets? You're gonna eat lightning and crap thunder.
Looks pretty good.
I want to see the moon guy make a return. The moon crooner? McDonald's?
Doesn't it?
Yeah, great idea. Barbecue sauce.
And we got the
Barbecue.
sauces that'll take you
It's bold!
on a trip from the Wild West to the Far East. Mikado?
Thank you, McNugget.
Not racist.
Sweet and sour sauce. Now here to please McDonald's.
Mac tonight.
Ah, be sweet and sour, please, you long time. And what the fuck? Like, even for 83, this feels a little tone deaf. Yee. Mac tonight, yes, thank you.
There's that hand again.
It's called Godzilla.
Hey, fantastic.
Nope, just a regular hand.
Sauce. All right.
Barbecue sauce? Sweet and sour sauce? What else you got, McNugget?
Ranch.
Well, I got a sauce here that can turn old Sam into a samurai.
Not ranch.
Let's take guesses. We got with the sweet and sour, we covered China, right? If he's going to be a samurai, we're in Japan. What is the flavor of this sauce? We covered sweet and sour. I think I know what it is. What do you guys think it is?
My wife is Asian. She'll be seeing this momentarily.
Please tell her that the 80s were a very racist time. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm sorry. I got a sauce here. And he looks down. What do you think it is? I think teriyaki.
That's what I was gonna say.
But
I've never seen teriyaki at
right, that's
McDonald's.
the thing. The sweet and sour was apparently had some legs, but the teriyaki, if it is, it's like the enchilada, right? That's
Or like
Oh,
sriracha or soy sauce.
Hot mustard sauce.
Oh, honey mustard. Jameson said that was a good guess, Jameson.
honey mustard doesn't come from Japan. This is hot mustard.
Hot mustard does.
Fantastic. Hot
Yeah, I guarantee it's wasabi. They're probably calling it hot mustard, but look at that. The color is probably totally
Yellow.
fucked, but I bet it's a greenish.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking at.
What a great idea.
I love
Yeah, it's so
What a
great. It'll
great
last
idea. Never.
13 seconds.
it.
Barbecue sauce?
I would love it. It wouldn't it be hilarious? It was like barbecue, and all the other sauces were just like hilarious Asian stereotypes, like the Szechuan sauce. It won't be a thing for another 30 years.
Yeah. Right.
Which is like a cowboy and a bunch of racist ass
You get, like,
stereotypes.
poison
It's like,
and-
oh, the Korean kimchi sauce. And it's like, oh, me don't like America. And it's like, what the fuck? And this is training material.
Sweet and sour? Hot mustard? Gee!
You said you had another one, McNugget?
That's right.
Check it out.
I was just a plain Jane.
Until I took my first dip in a
Sex sauce.
souffle cup filled with honey.
What?
Honey mustard.
Love y'all very much.
Wowie woo wow.
Boy, I'd have sex with her if she weren't about to be ground up and masticated by a giant set of choppers. That really kills the mood, doesn't it?
Oh, there's a puppet.
It's just honey?
Oh, yeah. Honey, that's the thing.
Amazing, McNugget. Simply amazing.
Very impressive.
What?
No ranch. Honey.
Get the fuck out of here.
So McDonald's was like, hey, we need banger sauces. We only have room for 4. What do we do, guys? There's a huge fucking, like 9-mile long worth of table. Hardwood. All the executives. What's up first? Barbecue? Oh, yeah. People love barbecue. Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Barbecue. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's do what else. We got to appeal to, like, Asians, I guess. That's a funny stereotype. Sweet and sour. Oh, sweet and sour, sweet and sour. And then the one guy's like, spicy mustard for Japan. They're like,
All right.
Sure. All right. We got that.
Like, I'm surprised they didn't do buffalo sauce.
And then honey.
Yeah.
Honey. Just honey. Like, hey.
Just honey.
You know, every time you go to anywhere that's got a dipping sauce, you can give yourself a blast of barbecue, ranch, sweet and sour, honey mustard, regular honey.
You know, it's just honey syrup. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's
It's
not
definitely
just
high
honey.
fructose corn syrup. They put caramel coloring in.
Impressive, McNugget. 4 sauces from all over the world. Barbecue, sweet and sour, hot.
Let's say them
All over
again.
the world. Barbecue from America. Sweet and sour from Asia.
Hot
Spicy
mustard.
from Asia. And then honey from basically anywhere. All over the world.
Hot mustard and honey. Chicken McNuggets. Far out.
I think we got a winner.
Far out.
I've got the very same feeling.
Why, I think this is just so exciting.
Guys, this is training material. Have you learned anything yet?
You know,
On behalf of the entire staff, welcome to our family. May you soon be as famous as Big Mac himself.
Please do me the kindness, Krista, and Google when Chicken McNuggets were introduced. If they were introduced in 1983 and this is how they came to be, I can't believe they're still around. I mean, it's not hard to be like, you know, chunks of chicken fried. Everybody's been doing that since the invention of chicken and frying and breading. It was 83?
1983. The company changed the fast food world in 1983 when McNuggets joined its menu, and now it may do it again. This was, I don't know when this was.
Like, I mean, it's just chicken. It is just chicken.
Just chicken.
They're only weirdly sexy if you dip them into honey. It's like when Bugs Bunny got into like the lady outfit.
I learned that chicken McNuggets are weirdly sexual.
You dip them in honey and they go.
They were an innocent girl until they became a...
Yeah, dipped in honey?
Yeah, now she's like a
she wants
lady
to
in the red light district.
Bang all the time.
What's the matter, Mac? You jealous?
My dear Fry, you are speaking to America's favorite lunch.
I can get
That I should
dunked
be
in their
jealous
sauce.
Is, of course, absurd. I have no problem with Chicken McNuggets as a perfectly viable food product.
And God willing, in the next year to 3, some magical cobra-based deity will be born and eventually live in Casper, Wyoming to develop wicked food hacks with the various sauces and my pathetic greasy body.
They were developed by one of the finest chefs of Europe.
Bullshit!
What?
Who was like... grind up chicken into a goo? Like, that's the thing.
We watched a thing about chicken nuggets.
There's a million documentaries about literally everything, so you can learn about anything. And chicken nuggets is one of those things where, like, yeah, you can see from a business perspective why it would make a lot of sense to take a bunch of chicken from other sources and just homogenize it, gooify it, and fry it. I don't know, I think that's why people like small batch shit, because, like, I know you don't like to think about it, but like your ground beef is definitely not from a single animal.
Right.
Like your steak, you can almost guarantee. But it does feel weird as a human, or probably anything, to eat something like a mouthful of whatever you're eating contain, you know, dozens, if not hundreds of living animals at one point. Yeah. That's fucking weird. So I don't know. Even as a kid, I never liked chicken nuggets. It didn't feel like chicken, because I know what chicken feels like. I love chicken breast. It's got a great, you can shred it, it's great. Chicken nuggets are fucking terrible.
Invented by Europeans, I bet those nasty freaks dipped them in mayonnaise.
Right, and that's why they suck, probably, because it's like some disgusting European chef who's like, yeah, make a chicken paste and put it in a mold.
Well, I remember watching a documentary. I don't know if it was like Drunk History or what it was.
I doubt that.
But it was the guy, the person that invented chicken nuggets didn't do the goo stuff. It was just he chopped up chicken because they already had chicken tenders or something. I don't know where. God, it's going to bother me now until I figure out where we watched it.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, it's not necessarily... It's like the thinking man's solution to like waste, because I'm sure making chicken strips is going to be wasteful because you got to cut them into sections and the pieces that aren't big enough. Oh, it's like the invention of the tater tot. The French fry gave birth to the tater tot accidentally, because when Ore-Ida or whoever the main company, the big company was sending all these potatoes through, everything that did not meet fry standards was rejected and thrown out and given to a hog to eat, or it baked in the sun and rotted.
Yeah.
Well, eventually they're like, hey, all these little potato pieces we'll cram together in tots, and so it's no waste. So I get the chicken nugget in essence. It's like a bunch of stuff, trimmings, whatever, and smashed up into a slime that in principle shouldn't be disgusting, but it is. Right? Because it's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't mind if it's a bunch of different potatoes smashed together, because a potato is a potato. There's no white or dark meat. There's no gizzards. There's no organs.
Right.
Like, the left side of a potato's ass tastes like the right side. I'm fine with it. It's just when you throw a bunch of chickens and all their different various parts, you go, so they feel a little uncomfortable.
They do have 4 exceptional sauces, and people do, in fact, seem to like them. The problem, however, with a highbrow food, such as chicken McNuggets, is they are so difficult to prepare.
Au contraire, mon père.
I beg your pardon.
We're extruded as pink slime in a warehouse and shipped to you already breaded. You just throw us in a fucking thing like fries.
Yeah.
How hard is a nugget to prepare?
We'll find out.
Artisanal chefs are back there like mincing chicken so fine as to make a goo and then injecting the molds themselves?
Ain't necessarily so, Daddy-O. In fact, we're just about as easy to make as fries.
Is that right?
Did I hear that somewhere?
Good. Then I presume you are prepared to train the crew in the various intricacies of your care and preparation?
Yeah, we call it dumping shit from a bag into a fryer. They got it on lock, bitch.
The end.
Indeed I am, big guy.
Well then, might I suggest you hurry, seeing as we'll be opening our doors in less time than it takes to recite my list of ingredients.
Oh my God. And we've got 12 minutes left of this 18-minute video, and we've got to learn about how to sell. We haven't been trained. What's going on?
We've got to get busy.
It's almost opening time.
They're going to have sex. Why aren't you guys going anywhere? What's happening? Usually
The
when people
set's only
say
so big.
we've got to get ready, you guys will, I mean, at least like bump into each other or something.
Hey, wait a minute, everybody! Mac's right. We don't know how to cook McNuggets.
He's right.
We're hamburgers.
I don't know. It's such a fancy meal. It'll take days to learn how to make them.
Not to worry. Chicken.
Fancy meal? Does this feel like these puppets are the idiots in the infomercial in addition to also being the people selling the product?
Yeah.
Like if Ron Popeil his fucking self, like when he was selling the Showtime rotisserie grill, like he was the guy in the black and white cutaway who would like ended up with a turkey like scalding his face because he couldn't figure out an oven, or like his house burns down, or he kills his wife because she couldn't fix how to, like, you can't be the stupid person and the smart person in the same infomercial.
Chicken McNuggets are easy to make, as simple as fries. And besides, I've lined up the world's greatest trainer to help us out.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
Who's that?
Is it Ronald? Please be Ronald. Nope. Damn it.
Look alive, shake a leg. Let's have that blackboard. Sit down, shut up, and listen up good.
Damn.
Shut up.
What's that? Gum in your mouth? 10 laps. Let's move it. Next guy talks. 50 sit-ups. Today's topic. Preparing chicken McNuggets.
Trademark.
Any questions?
Yeah, a couple. You haven't really said anything yet, so how do you prepare the chicken McNuggets? I guess that's my first and only question. I'll take your answer off the air. First time caller, long time listener.
Coach?
No talking. First subject. Handling. Please handle us with care. We come to your store frozen.
You gotta cup their sacks right around the bottom.
And if you throw us around in our cases, we could break into pieces and or lose our precious breading.
Doubtful.
And that would force me to get tough. Next subject, delivery checkout. Crew people check exterior damage to the cases before the cases are stored. Management checks inside the cases for correct temperature and weight, for excessive breakage of the pieces, for breading loss, frost, and for pieces that are stuck together, which indicates we have been thawed and refrozen. Next, storage. We Chicken McNugget types belong in the walk-in freezer with the fill.
This feels like the long and the short of it is like, hey, have you dealt with the food that we sell here? It happens just like that shit. If you get it and it looks bad, it's bad. If it isn't, you can put it away and then you can make it. Consider yourself trained, right, guys?
Hooray.
Fillet portions, away from the freezer door and away from the evaporator. We're stored in stacks no more than 5 high and on skids to allow the air to circulate beneath us, with 2 inches of airspace between the stack and the wall.
Oh, I have a question. Why are you telling us how to prepare you? Because we are food items that have a very short shelf life and should be poop by the end of the week. Anything?
I mean, is air getting through those boxes? Why can't those boxes be against the wall?
But whatever, like it's minutia. Like in a walk-in freezer, shit's gonna get frozen, and no one is going to adhere to these rules. It doesn't, because like here's the thing, like, whoa, make sure there's air on the back and the bottom. So we're just going to look aside, like the fact that the 3 boxes in the middle who have their top and bottoms covered, like those ones are fine. It's just the ones on the very top and the very bottom. If they don't breathe, the whole pile is fucked.
Yep.
First, any questions?
Where do we store the sauces?
The sauces are delivered in pre-packaged sauce cups. And
No
they're
way.
stored in the stock room at room temperature.
We can finally do away with all those disgusting sauce pictures when someone walks up with, like, you know, their hand out or a water cup and they say, hey, sir, can I get some more of that delicious spicy mustard? And we go, yep, bloop, like gravy boats.
And that's it for storage. Next subject, setup procedures. First,
how is he changing the
turn
words on
on
the
the
board?
Chicken McNugget holding
Magic.
cabinet 1 hour before you're ready to use it. It needs time to heat up. Second, check the fryer temperature. It should be 360 degrees. Third, check the cooking computer to make sure
Have a good one, Ryan Maxwell. Thank you for learning a little bit about McDonald's.
the power's turned on.
Good night.
It will make automatic computerized timing adjustments for different sized McNugget loads. It has an automatic
Dropping a
duty
load.
timer that tells you when to shake the basket. And it is also the signal to drop the next basket when you are in the drop-pull mode of production. How about that, huh? If they make it any easier, you guys are gonna really get flabby. Okay.
I never thought I'd say this, but like, I missed the KFC training video because I felt like I could fry chicken after that. This, I'm like, what the fuck?
Total cooking time.
Dip, he's
About
dipping in
4
honey.
minutes
He's
and
gonna get
15
sexy over
seconds.
there, Ryan Maxwell.
Hamburger. How long does it
Put on a
take to
blonde
cook
wig.
chicken McNuggets?
4 minutes, 15 seconds, sir.
Right.
How did
Now,
you know that?
The duty timer is going to go off in the middle of the cooking time to remind you to shake that basket so we won't go sticking together. Now that's going to
Wanna
sound...
shake that fruit basket you got hanging out back, if you know what I mean. For old Mr. McNugget here, he likes the back door.
2 minutes and 20 seconds. Fries, what's the setting for the duty timer?
2 minutes.
Poop.
20 seconds, sir.
Way
just
to
said
go! All right. Who said that fries was stupid? Next, load the portable freezer with bags of chicken McNuggets, making sure you got
portable
enough for the
freezer.
rush hour. But be sure not to overstock. This freezer is located right next to the fry station. Next, stock the sauces.
Honey will be flying off the fucking shelf and right out the door, so make sure you got gallons of
Everyone wants to be
delicious corn
sexy
syrup.
ladies.
To the front counter and store them in the McNuggets.
That's the sauces are a divisive thing in fast food service, I feel, because like there's some unwritten rule of like gatekeeping, because like the people behind the counter don't want to give you as much sauce as you want, and you desperately want as much sauce as you can get. And here's the thing, I never gave a fuck. Like if someone was like, hey, can I have more barbecue sauce, I would give them what I think they wanted plus one more.
Right, because like why?
Because everyone, it's pennies on the dollar. Who gives a fuck and whatever. Rather than say, hey, come back so I can sniff your sack on the second go around, I think they'd much more appreciate like the extra honey, because everybody was just snarfing that shit down back in the 90s.
Snarfing.
Sauce holder. There are 5 bins in the holder.
Why? But there's only 4 sauces.
Ketchup.
The extra bin is for storing additional supplies of your store's most asked for sauce.
Which is definitely going to be fucking honey, if you know what I mean, bitch.
And that's it for the setup procedures. Yeah, that boy, Coke. Go get yourself some ice. Next subject, cooking procedures. So simple, even a hamburger could do it.
Why is this coach so mad? Like, fries are stupid and hamburgers are stupid? Like, I mean, these are employees. Treat them like humans, even though they're puppets.
I resent that.
Throw some shade at the old bitch McMuffin. I want to see some shit thrown her way.
You resent that? I resent that. You're going to give me 20. But after I tell you how to cook us McNuggets. Now, you can't miss out on this. It's too important.
I'm a burger.
Step, load the basket away from the vat.
I never waste a loaded basket.
Dropping in the amount of McNuggets you want. And
somewhere
making
between
sure
3
that
and
none of us is stuck
4,800.
together. Now, if we are, separate us, or we will cook improperly.
This does look to predate, like, the 5 whatever shapes. These all seem to be like the same shape.
Random shapes.
Chicken McNuggets are cooked frozen and should not be allowed to thaw. Now,
packet of honey will do it every
a partial
time.
bag,
So
or
sexy.
a half bag, or a full bag. The production caller will tell you how many, depending on the hour. Each fry basket can cook a maximum of 1 bag.
1,000 McNuggets.
Second step, start cooking.
Whoa, what do I do after I start cooking? Keep cooking?
Oh
and then at the end, do I
God.
finish cooking?
Nope,
Jesus,
you start
McNugget.
again.
You're a genius.
Lower the basket into the fryer. Activate
the giant egg
computer.
button.
Then, after 2 minutes and 20 seconds,
Shake 'em.
You'll hear this sound.
It's gonna blow up.
Does that mean the game is over? No. That's your duty timer telling you it's time to shake basket at duty cycle. Gently. Just enough to loosen any of us who might have stuck together. Less than 2 minutes later, the computer will sound. And that means, fries?
It means fries?
When the computer sounds after the total cooking time of 4 minutes and 15 seconds, it means what?
Oh, means the McNuggets are done.
Some days I should never get out of the freezer. When the computer sounds, the McNuggets are done, and it is time to drain the McNuggets.
What a
Turn
drain
off
on
the
McNugget
computer.
society.
Lift the basket and shake it lightly to separate the pieces.
Hey, P.S. I mentioned this before. Maybe I'll bring it up again. It's like fries. Cook them like fucking fries. End of video.
Let them drain for 5 to 10 seconds and dump us tasty McNuggets into the McNugget transfer basket. Lift the basket by the handles and put us in the holding cabinet. And be careful to make sure we're spread evenly so we'll stay hot and fresh and tasty and
For hours and hours and hours until some poor son of a bitch with a gloved hand pulls the drawer open and grabs 6 of us to cram down the snot-nosed face of a little bastard.
delicious for 30 minutes. And not a second longer, because that's our maximum serving time. 30 minutes.
So we're not real chicken.
I wonder if that has
The first
maintained.
thing you do once we're in the holding cabinet is...
Because I think when I was working at Burger King, it was like 20 minutes. Because like that's the thing. During a lunch rush or whatever, they would pump out a bunch of normal Whoppers, burgers, and cheeseburgers, just to like
Because they know.
Yeah, because you know you're gonna get hit, and like. I don't know. Most of the time we would get them out the door, and the ones who stayed, we usually just ate. So I don't know, like how many nuggets you got sitting around. Restaurants are one of those things where it just feels like if you're maybe not smart, but if you're like a good, nice, or whatever business person, you go, well, once the 20 minutes is up, even though there's literally nothing wrong with it, whoever's around, fucking eat it.
Right.
Probably a health
Activate
concern.
the holding timer, and the countdown begins.
In the holding cell
If
with you,
any of us are
McNuggets.
left after 30 minutes, it's bye-bye birdie. Discard.
And then we throw them out the back window to all the birds who come and pick over the carcasses of our rotten food.
Any leftovers. Got it?
Coach?
Hamburger, have you ever heard of raising your hand?
I don't have a hand, sir.
Oh, well, then will somebody please give Burger a hand over there? Now cut that out!
Listen, dudes, I'm making $6.15 an hour, and this isn't worth it. Can we not have the jokes in this? Can we just have, like, a cut and dry, straightforward, like, put the nuggets from the bag into the fryer, and then from the fryer into the customer's mouth? Do we need all of this?
What is it, Burger?
Well, I noticed the holding cabinet has 3 drawers, sir, and
Very good.
Shut the fuck up,
Very
Burger.
observant, Burger. Nice going. Head away. 3 drawers. That's right. How about a
The
big
third drawer is for all the extra fucking sauces.
hand for the
honey.
burger? 3 drawers. You start with the top drawer.
Brilliant.
Once you've started the timer on that drawer, you go to the middle drawer, and then the bottom. Keep rotating from top to bottom. Each drawer will hold 1 full bag of us McNuggets, and each drawer has its own timer. Next step, package the orders.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Third drawer is the exact same as the first 2. A drawer.
Packaging
Brilliant.
is done as the orders are called for. Take the pieces out of the holding cabinet, again rotating the drawers from top to bottom.
They don't even have like McNugget boxes. They're putting it in like any old container.
Yeah.
It's
Use
insane.
the
It's a hamburger
McNugget
box.
scoop to put us into the box. Regular orders have 6 pieces. How many pieces per order, big team?
6 pieces per order.
Just say
Good! But we also have 9-piece and 20-piece orders.
Wow.
The production caller will tell you
All
how
under
many you
$1.
need. Got it? Now, if you notice any irregularities when you're packaging, you should notify your manager right away.
And the FBI.
Okay? Okay. Once the order is packaged, pass it on to the production caller. From there, we're placed in the transfer bin with a maximum holding time of 10 minutes. But remember,
Maybe less with good
Chicken
behavior.
McNuggets have a maximum serving time of 30 minutes, and that includes time in the bin. So if we've been in the cabinet for 25 minutes, we've got 5 minutes left. Period. Okay?
A chicken McNugget lives a lot like a fruit fly. You got a few minutes to just live it up, and then we die. And we're dead forever, and there's nothing you can do. So, you know, I don't know what I'm getting at with that.
Fries, you confused? Okay, one more time for Fries' sake. Once we go into the holding cabinet and the timer is activated, we've got 30 minutes. After that, we're leftovers. Once we're out of the holding cabinet, we've got 10 minutes. But if we've been cooped up in the cabinet for 26 minutes, we've only got 4 minutes left in
Math, you guys. If time passes, it is, you know, it's math.
the transfer bin. Okay? Now, believe it or not, that's all there is to cooking chicken McNuggets.
I don't believe it.
My
You see how
God.
simple, Fries? Hey, Fries, when you gonna get that haircut, huh? All right, big team.
Is that Mike Stoklasa?
All together. What are the cooking procedures for chicken McNuggets?
Load the basket with the proper amount of Chicken McNuggets, lower the basket into the fryer, and activate the cooking computer. When
This
the
is
timer
painful.
sounds, shake the basket to separate.
All training videos have to treat, it's like infomercials. Infomercials and training videos have to teach in such a way that the person learning is also insulted. I don't think I've ever taken a training course where it's like, hey, do you feel like an idiot yet? And I go, no. Typically you do. Like even when I was learning how to drive like a scissor lift or whatever, all the stuff that seemed like second nature or like intuitive or the things you shouldn't have to tell someone, we spent an absorbed amount of my life was sucked into the wormhole of like, what does forward even mean? And what is it in relation to backwards? Let alone left or right, which we will get in 3 to 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Yo. So I guess that's it. I was hoping there would be something to learn. It doesn't seem like we learned anything. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. Who was our winner?
Jameson with 37 points.
Jameson, congratulations. You're going to see your name up here with another sticker. I'll see if I can find you another shark-related one because I know you like Jaws. But that's all we got for you. Thank you for showing up. If you did, I appreciate it. Learning a little bit about ourselves and each other and McDonald's and McNuggets and all that good shit. That's it. So in a couple of days, we're going to be doing another show. Classic Friday stuff. Got some more true crime going on. Jameson and I were co-winners, says Tony. Yeah, we'll take the points. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Hope you had fun. And we'll catch you on the next episode of FFOP Radio.
Bye.
Bye.
Go me.
Classic Tony.
For this, try to.
Fistful of Podcasts Radio.